Yes, hello everybody. This is another review. This time we've got the Subzero L48B column array speaker. And there it is there. Right, have it out in the kitchen at the minute. It's not that, by the way, that's a different speaker. So that's it there. That's the box it comes in. So what do I think of it so far? Well, for the value of money that this thing costs, I think it's brilliant. You can't beat the value. Now we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about the features, what it comes with. Luckily, which I was surprised at, it comes with this bag to hold the 3 separate tires here. So you can have it taller again if you want. Or you can have it down at the bottom. So you can choose the height that you want. So you have 2 blank sections, okay, and then you have the section at the top which has got, you can see it there, 1 2 3 4 5, that's 6, so either 5 or 6 tweeters inside that there, and then you have an 8-inch base at the bottom. Now this thing's battery powered, so you get 12 hours of battery on half volume and about 6, probably 3 or 4 hours in full volume. But I've been playing about with this a bit, and the sound, the volume in this thing is huge. Now it's rated at 200 RMS watts, which isn't a lot, but it can go up to 600 RMS watts. I wouldn't want to push it too far. I would say it'll start crackling and all sorts. However, this speaker's on. I have my microphone plugged into that there. However, for the value for money, the sound out of this is really good. At the end of the day, guys, if you're busking or anything like that, I'm a single singer on my own with a stand, mic stand, and I put my phone on with backing tracks, and away I go. I'm looking at for like nursing homes, bar lobbies, that kind of thing. If you're doing small to medium venues, this thing is great. And guys, people don't go up to you and go, oh, is that a Bose you've got there? What sort of system's that you've got there? Nobody checks, they don't care. If it sounds decent, why would you pay stupid money if you don't need to? Now, if gigs kick off for me and I get quite busy, yes, I'll upgrade, because that can happen. Now you can link 2 of these. This is Bluetooth set up, by the way. And so far the Bluetooth's been perfect. It was a bit furry connected at the start, because you have to press the button in. See that blue button that's lit there? You have to press it in for a few seconds to get it to connect. But what I found is every time I turn it on, it just automatically connects again. You don't have to do any other connection, which is great. So we'll take a look at the back and show you what you get for your buck, if I can get around here. Ugh. So here we have the back, guys, okay? The most important bit. So you've got 2 line ins, so you can have one for your mic, one for your guitar. You've actually got a third one here as well, sorry. So you've three ins. So you can use that there. If, say, the Bluetooth broke down or something, you could plug your phone into that, and at least you'd have your music. And you could have a guitar, keyboard, or a microphone in that one. And then this is actually a mix out, so if you wanted to plug in another speaker, you could put that out. It just puts in whatever you're playing through this into another speaker. And now you can link the 2 of these with no wires, with true wireless sound. This is true wireless sound built into it, which is pretty incredible, really. So you can have 2 of these bad boys, no wires, just your plug. You don't even need your plug because it's battery powered, as I say. And away you go, you get true wireless, and so far everything's worked perfect. Now I don't have 2 of them at the minute. Now at the top here, do you see this here? DSP mode, right? Without this, I would say this speaker would be pretty crap. And I don't mean to say that in a bad way, because without this on, it's so flat and linear. It just sounds awful, in my opinion. So you can see it there. There's a flat, look. So it gives you 4 options. You know the way sometimes you can get a Bluetooth app there and you can adjust your highs and your lows. Well, this doesn't have that, but it has this already built into it. So you can have it on flat, music, live, or speech. So if you're just doing talks in an office, this is perfect. But see when you hit it onto that live, the amount of bass boost and crisper sound you get from the mids is just brilliant. So if that didn't have this function, I'd be pretty pissed off with it. Also, when I first was using it, the microphone volume, I had it up full blast, and I wasn't that loud. And I thought, well, I'm quite disappointed in the volume. Then I realised this button here is for, you have to tell it whether it's a microphone or a line in, and I was telling it was a line in. So as soon as I press that on, you can see the difference in the volume, how low I have that now. And that's the main volume, which is halfway. And look at the microphone, and it would put you out of this house, you know, the noise level of that. So sound wise, brilliant. This here, brilliant. Can't fault it. This is a wee battery level indicator to show you how much battery you have left in it. That's your power cable if you want it. I always find with these speakers, now I haven't had a column PA before, but if you plug them in, you get far more sound. It gives it a boost because it's running off a battery. It just can't do the same. However, if you're having a wedding out in a garden somewhere, you just carry this out and set it out in the garden in the summer, and you don't have to plug it in. And away you go. It'll last 2 or 3 hours at quite high levels. So fantastic for that. Absolutely fantastic. Great wee job. Very pleased with it. What would I give it out of 10? I would probably give it, excuse me while I get round here. I would say so far probably 7 out of 10. Like, it's not going to be a Bose or JBL. You're not going to get that quality out of it, guys. I can tell you now, this speaker was £199 delivered. Now that's a battery PA column array speaker. Now let's compare that. Here's my wee Bose I have in my kitchen. If anybody doesn't have one of these Soundflex 2s, get one. I have never heard so much fantastic sound out of, and I've had a lot of speakers that I have out of this wee Bose. It's absolutely amazing, and you can get them on offer for £110, but normally they're 180. Now let's go back here, 199. Now that was on offer. I think they're normally 280. 180. Then we go down to this wee speaker here. This is a wee fitting that I bought, which isn't great. Not much bass off it at all. Great for karaoke though. It comes with wireless microphones and everything. And that's 120, 130 pounds. But guys, battery powered. You tell me anywhere where you can get a battery powered column array speaker with that kind of wattage and sound and that functionality for £199. That's delivered from Gear for Music in the UK. Gear for Music delivered this. I paid an extra £2 to get it delivered quicker, but apart from that, like, it's a bargain. If I get a year or two out of this, like, you know, incredible. 199. So for £400 you can have 2 of these. It's brilliant. So highly recommend this. I couldn't find a review on this on eBay. I finally bought one when it went on offer. And yeah, great for busking, guys. Great little column PA speaker, but don't expect the sound quality you get from a high-end system. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, put them down below. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.